I give it an 11 out of 12. So let's start with my emotions. A 3 out of 3. Anxiety. Because I knew it was gonna happen. It literally showed Nami at Bellemir's grave a couple of episodes before the flashback. And using context clues, you can kinda figure out where it's gonna go. Especially when the fishermen show up and she's still alive. So let's talk about Arlong. Arlong, I hated him more and more throughout this whole flashback. Not only did he shoot Bellemir in front of his own daughters, but then he took Nami by force. He took her by force without hesitation. She was already traumatized by seeing her own mother shot right in front of her, and she didn't even get a break to grieve. And even through all... Oh my god. And even throughout all of that, she stayed devoted to her village. She wanted to save them. She was traumatized. She didn't want to lose anyone else. And no matter what she had to do for money, she made sure to get it. And she was so close. She was so close. Anger. Pure anger. We literally saw him with Arlong. When he said he came to collect the money, we knew who told him. It wasn't a secret. There was no one else. I knew he was a piece of trash. Both Arlong and this rat. At this point, I wanted someone to punch Arlong, and it got worse when Nami went to go confront him, and he said, "Oh, just collect it again. It'll be easy." And then when Nami left, he explained, "Oh, I'll let her go when she draws the map of the world for me." And then he just laughed. His laugh pissed me off. I hate his laugh. Whoever the voice actor for him is, he did a great job. At this point, I was getting the feelings. When Genzo finally hugged her and told her it's alright, I know the villagers were there too, but it was more of a father and daughter moment for me. But still, the village was ready to set Nami free. And when Genzo grabbed the knife without hesitation, telling her to move, I was already shedding a tear. But let's be honest. That isn't what got most of us. No. Not yet. I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this. She was pushed so far, all she could do was stab herself. All she could do was stab that damn tattoo over and over again. Arlong laughing in the background just made me hate him even more. Like, enough already, man. Enough. You already hurt her enough. And all I could do was stare. Like, literally, someone just help her already. She's breaking down. I don't remember when I started crying. Maybe it's when Luffy finally stopped her. When all she could say was leave. 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 I don't know. But when Nami finally asked for help. When she had no one else to turn to. And Luffy just put his treasure on her. Amazing. Well, what more can I say? But amazing. However, it wasn't perfect. No. What made it perfect was him screaming that he was gonna help her. He was just waiting. Luffy was just waiting for her to ask. Then, it zoomed out to show the rest of the crew. And all I could do was smile. 'Cause they were waiting. I'm gonna be honest, nothing could beat the first walk. There's many other walks, but this was iconic. This was the star. I knew they were about to throw hands. You knew they were about to throw hands. And Arlong deserved everything he was gonna get. Oh, he 100% deserved it. And I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to watch it happen. I know I didn't talk about this early on in the video, but I have to add it. I have to add it. Zoro testing Nami just to see her true colors was everything, was literally everything. He had a hunch, and he was right. He was proven right. And that's pretty much also when we figured out Nami wasn't evil. Nami wasn't a scumbag. Oh no, she was not. And I'm glad we had that moment. I know we had that moment with Usopp later on, but Zoro didn't hesitate to trust his hunch. So that's why he's one of the people that made this arc for me. He's a father. He's literally her father. I know not a name, but he just acts like it. Honestly, the live action was missing this connection for me. Genzo is the one that made the village rise up. He's the one who led the charge. He's the one who wanted to save Nami when Bellemere died. And yeah, no, I don't know. It just stuck with me. It literally stuck with me. He was willing to do anything. And his best line of this whole arc is, "You can stop now." Because he wasn't going to let her be hurt anymore. And I really wish that was in the live action. And I can't wait to see how they do it in the One Piece. I really don't know how to end this, but all I can say is he's a great father. He's a great father. She made me cry. She made me cry. I didn't want to see her in pain anymore. She had lived such a tough life, and it was all just starting to crumble right in front of her. And she could not do anything about it. It was just happening. But the fact that she was finally able to ask for help made it for me. And that's my favorite Nami line of this arc. Help me. Ever since he had helped Choo-Choo, I knew Luffy was him. But this moment, it shows you don't mess around with his friends. You're not gonna make someone he cares about cry and get away with it. And you know he cares about her because he literally gave her his hat. Something that was built up during the whole Buggy arc that he cares truly about. All we needed was that simple act. All we needed was that simple act. But of course, my favorite line is right after. Of course I will. Of course I will. Like that was even a question for him. I mean, an honorable mention is also, let's go. And then the crew being right there. Because at that point I was just smiling. I was just smiling. With excitement. With anticipation. I don't know. I loved it. I loved him. The art style might be old, but it works. It just works. It's watchable, and I felt every single moment. I kind of wish we would get a modern version of it. And I know why they changed it. Because they upgraded, they changed how they made anime. But it's just nostalgic. It's literally nostalgic. But that doesn't mean it's not old. And even though I can't give it a perfect 3 out of 3 because of what comes right after, what comes out way later, a 2 out of 3 is still probably the best I can give it. I just hope that for the One Piece, we either get something similar to this or something even better that fits the theme of One Piece. Like maybe kind of like Egghead, but maybe different. I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting for the One Piece. I really hope we get a trailer soon. Was the payoff worth it? Yes. Everything from Nami's backstory to the tension just rising over and over and over again, getting worse and worse. I couldn't stop watching. I didn't want to stop watching. Arlong needed to pay for what he did. Cause man, I hate him. I still hate him to this day. I still hate him to this day. But his beatdown is for another video. That can wait. Cause this is for Nami's trauma. So the total score is 11 out of 12. It could change though, it could change. This is the first video of this series. I don't know how I'm gonna really feel about every other person's trauma. I don't know if it's gonna make me change the score, maybe even rise it to a perfect 12 out of 12. But that comes way later on. I'll change it if I need to. But if the One Piece, if the remake somehow makes it even better, it might just have to be bumped a little down. Or stay the same, honestly. It depends. But for now, let's just keep it as it is. So tell me, what was your favorite moment from Nami's backstory? What made you shed a tear or realize you couldn't stop watching? Was this moment right here, what got you into One Piece? Because if I'm honest, even though I love this moment so much, it's not what got me into One Piece. No. Not at all. Not yet. It wouldn't be until later. Way, way later.